Online, you need 7 hours of exposure to purchase a product or service, specifically coaching, online. That's not my statistics.
7 hours.
7 hours of exposure. That's why long form is so beneficial, because someone can binge watch 10, 20 videos and hit 7 hours pretty regular.
So 7 hours.
7 hours of exposure to build up trust.
That means one client needs to see 7 hours of their content. Is that right?
That's right. Exposure, because they don't trust you.
7 hours.
7 fucking hours.
Full hours.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It's a long time, and that's the problem. Most people's short form content, they go down this pathway of Instagram. It's a great sales platform, but it is not a great platform to build trust and rapport, because it's too short.
Yeah.
30-second videos, minute and a half videos.
Right.
That's not building up a very deep, connectable stories. It can be done, but not fucking easy.
Right.
So long form becomes massively beneficial. So Instagram's superior for sales when it comes to messaging.
Right.
Your sales funnel on Instagram for certain business types is superior, but long form is still king. YouTube and podcasts is the single best way to connect, because we can build up so much trust and rapport and connection points through storytelling. When done correctly, it's very easy to identify with the things that I say on here.
Yeah.
Because, oh, military, you did this, you did that. Oh, you do marketing, you work with these big clients. Oh, you've gotten these results. Well, I kind of like that you have a daughter. I kind of like that, you were in the Marines and a war veteran. Like, let's just see what you can help me accomplish in my business with these new things that I know nothing about. And that just opens up a conversation. And then the conversation from there is all sales.
Yeah.
But getting them to that point's rather difficult.
Which is a lot of people. Trust building, a lot of.
It's hard. It's fucking hard.
Especially nowadays.
It's just more competition than ever. So every minute that goes by, there's more competition, not less. So the things that you did 1, 2, 3 years ago are obsolete today. That's why you see incumbents in certain industries having a hard time generating the sales that they have multiple years ago, is because the industry has evolved and they haven't. Their ego usually keeps them still and tied to something that helped build their brand originally. But the market has moved beyond that, and business must pivot. It's like
always.
War. If you just sit there as an incumbent, you will turn into BlackBerry. You will turn into the Blockbusters. When the new kid arrives with something that's innovative and is clearly a market disruptor, you have better pivot and figure out how to compete, or you will be obsolete. And BlackBerry's dead. Like, nobody even knows what the fuck a BlackBerry is anymore.
Yeah.
Netflix destroyed Blockbuster, and we see the same thing with social media. It evolves constantly.
And Blockbuster had an opportunity to go online, didn't they?
Their CEOs didn't want to do it.
They're like, nope, it's not never gonna happen.
No. People never want to play on their phone all day.
Yeah.
Like, they're never gonna have. They want to sit home and hold something.
Yeah.
Physical. No, they don't, bro. Have you ever seen a kid with an iPod?
No.
I bought stock in Netflix, and I watched my daughter play with the original iPod, like little one with the little micro screen shit.
Yeah.
Was that a mini or whatever?
Yeah.
It wasn't
iPod mini.
Yeah, it wasn't the big one. I was like, oh, I knew right then, if she could use that thing, then it was designed for her. It wasn't designed for me. They were designing a product for that generation, because they knew by the time they were old enough to purchase something, the tech would have caught up. The internet, the power of, the internet service providers would be able to keep up. They just knew the hard drives would get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and they'd have larger and larger spaces. And they just knew, if we could build something for them in 2 decades, we will be completely untouchable.
Exactly.
And here we are.
Here we are.
iPhone is, nothing touches the iPhone. I don't care if you use Android or not. It still sucks.
Yeah.
It still sucks. And it's not nearly as integrated as the iTunes platform, which came first. iTunes platform and how they did their music, the licensing through the iPod came first. The phone was a secondary idea.
Yes.
It's just a large iPod. So we see that same thing. I see that same thing on the outside looking in a lot of the online spaces, is lack of evolution. Like, if you aren't keeping up with the times, you're going to get left behind. And some of my clients, it's hard to convince them to pivot. But the best motivator is when you see your checkbook 50% of what it was last year or the year before that. And then you're like, what am I not doing right? Because I didn't change. My product or service didn't change. What do we need to do? right? So that they just have to pivot or they get left behind.
And give me some examples on a pivot of somebody that's in this space that's using you for marketing. Like, do you have any examples of like?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so a historic business model, and well, so we'll just say coaching. So everybody's
Yeah.
interested in
Okay.
online coaching, mentorship coaching. Now I know it has a negative connotation because there's a lot of coaches that couldn't coach themselves out of wet fucking paper bag. Just because you're Timmy from Ohio and you think you have a story because grandpa touched you, you're great. You do. But what have you really accomplished other than dealing with your trauma, that one event? So on a scale of shock and awe, you're just normal, guy. I'm sorry, but you're probably not going to coach a lot of people at a large scale. And I'm sorry, but that's reality. Your story may seem very unique and huge, but in the big scale of humanity, it's a level 3 problem on the scale of really shitty problems, right? So, Timmy, I'm sorry from Ohio. It's probably not going to work out for you, bro. Just go get a job or be an entrepreneur and do something different. So, in this space, online coaching, an example of this is there's several models. The old model was one-to-one coaching.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing in one-to-one coaching is usually it's high ticket. So some of these people charge $5 to $100,000 annually, 5K to $100,000 annually to help mentor you with your life. They get on a call every other week or every week or once a month. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. I'm trading as an entrepreneur. I'm trading my time for money, right? I'm still doing that. Very hard to scale that. Anybody that's ever taken 4, 5 deep work calls in a day, you therapists out there,
Yeah.
you are zapped, right? And you're doing that at scale. So say you're making 100 to 300K from one-on-one coaching, you have 40 fucking clients. You're talking to 20 of them a week. That's, 2 to 4 a day, depending on your week. You are drained with their issues.
Yeah.
Very difficult to scale that. The cost of acquisition per client is going up, not down,
right?
Because of competition. And then now, as a person, we have to take on all that deep work with the individual client to solve whatever it is they want. Doesn't matter if it's a business issue, doesn't matter if it's a personal issue, doesn't matter what it is. Okay, so the transition in modern times is now one to many. Now, this isn't a new thing, but as we scale, if I can talk to a lot of people for an hour and help them solve issues, then they can learn off of each other. So what we're seeing now in a lot of the online space is kind of a course on the back end as a reference. They're not selling the course. The course is just like a reference. So we'll say this, like, hey, look, I'm going to help you scale your coaching business to your first $10,000. Okay, from zero online. So you're fit. Macros, how to train, you've trained lots of clients. Let's help you build out your personal brand online. So that business model used to be, hey, I just work one-on-one with you. We do a call and we just like coach like that, mentorship coach, whatever. The new version of that concept is a one-to-many. So the course, a detailed course is for reference. And then now we have group calls. We might have group calls one every day or multiple a day. Now it's actually functionally less work. We're helping more people because a lot of those people are going to have the same questions.
Right.
So if you get 3 of the same questions, like everything, that, there's not a course for that.
Yeah.
So let's go out and build a new course to help these people that are having the same issue, but we'll start addressing these. Now you're just using the course to refine reference for later. And now it's becoming kind of group education. So it's one to many. So we're seeing that a lot now. Individual ads, we're running one ad to one person and trying to convert that one person on a sale. What's working better for high ticket in the online space is kind of web approach, so webinar approach. So you're running ads for a free webinar, and the webinar is basically going to build trust and nurture in the short form space, and then convert over into a high ticket sale of some type. So for me, it's marketing online, basically helping businesses and coaches leverage the power of Instagram and YouTube to generate more revenue. So marketing and organic content, both long form, short form. I help that. So we would basically get hundreds of people into that webinar. We'll say you might have 300, 500 scheduled. 100 are going to
So the ads you're doing, they would
just to the webinar.
They would
for free.
The free webinar.
Free webinar, and you're giving free value, building trust. The people in there, you might even offer a free community. Well, once you have them into the free community, most business people, they have a little bit of money, or they're willing to, they'll find out that, yeah, it's free, but this is a lot of fucking work. And some of this shit's kind of technical and I don't know what I'm doing. So it's so much easier to pay a professional to build out your landing page that builds out landing pages for their life than to go out and figure out a landing page that's probably not going to convert at all anyways.
Right.
Like you got to go high level. You got to go get a website, domain name. You got to do all this logic in it. You got to start running ads. Like there's a lot of things here that you'd have to integrate. And even if you were able to do those, they're probably not going to work for you. It's just because you're not an expert at it.
Right.
There's a reason why I pay an expert to do the drywall in my house, right? One, I could probably do a job that's close. It might pass my quality check, but it might take me 3 fucking weeks to do a wall. Whereas I can get some drywalls in there. They're going to hang the drywall in a day. They're going to be out. The tapers and floaters are going to be through. They're going to come back sanded a few times. Before you know it, it's painted and it's a week later. Like what? Like I just write the check. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to pay more by just toiling with the sheetrock on my back. Like, get out of here, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay the experts. So that's kind of the current business model that's in the online space. The old one works. It's just getting costlier. When done right, it works well. The one-to-many in both the bringing in the leads through the webinar approach is effective. And then the one-to-many in the coaching aspect is also effective and also scalable, because it just becomes very difficult to manage, 100, 200, 300 clients a month, one-on-one. It's miserable. I don't want that life. Nobody really wants that life. And it's hard. It's just not easy. So if you can put all those people into one group and in the back end have a reference course to help them in their life, I think that is the way to go.
That's the way to go.
I think so.